In a country, the incidence of cancer usually doubles up once in 20 years. But as far as India is concerned, in the last 7 years, we have been looking at an increase of at least about 12% to 14%. Today being the World Cancer Day, at various hospitals as far as Bengaluru is concerned, we're looking at where hospitals have been arranging for a free breast cancer checkup. And of course, the response has been immensely good. We're looking at over 500 to 600 registrations. And the most important thing, of course, being an awareness that's being spread amongst the people that it is important to get checked up at an early stage. Now, if I could go across to Dr. Shafiq here, who's going to try and explain to us. Well, thank you, Dr. Shafiq, joining us. The most important thing I want to understand over here is there's been a disparity between cancer specialists and cancer patients. Can you tell us what really can be done to bridge that particular gap?
See, the main reason where you have a disparity is because there's definitely a shortage of doctors, the specialists, the oncologist group, and definitely there's a shortage of the investigation facilities also.
Okay.
And particularly we have more issues in the rural areas where people are, the awareness is very much on the lower side. So with this camp, what we are really looking at is to create an initiative, create an awareness so that people can come forward, get them tested earlier so that they can diagnose it earlier. And early diagnosis definitely will get a better treatment results.
Okay. So is this the first time that you're arranging at Specialist Hospital here?
The cancer, yes, it's one of the first times we are arranging.
What really was the trigger for that?
Because we thought, in the last couple of years, the incidence has been increasing. The number of cancer patients, what we are seeing, is increasing. And
Can you give us the stats in that for,
See, I would say about 10 to 14% in the last 10 years.
Okay, that's big number.
That's big number. And the most important thing is they were all presenting late.
Okay.
And as you know, when they present in late, the treatment is really difficult.
Right.
So that's where we thought, let's come up with some initiative, pick up things in the early stages so that we can start with the treatment at the earliest.
Well, that's good where, hospitals are coming up with such free cancer checkups. But what really is the kind of motivation that's going across to the patients? How really are they coming forward? What really has been the response like?
See, so far response is been good. But normally, particularly with the women, the middle class and the people above 40s, we felt they are shy to come forward to get these tests done. So what we would like to tell is that there's nothing to be shy about. You have to get yourself tested earlier. And now technology is so much advanced, definitely we can pin up things in the much early stages.
Well, of course, thank you, Doctor, for giving us, throwing some light as far as the disparity is concerned. And of course, there is clearly a disparity as far as the cancer specialists and also cancer patients are concerned. He also goes on to tell us there is a clear shortage as far as doctors are concerned. Now, also, if I could go across to Joseph over here to also see what really is the process, because considering the fact today it's the cancer-free checkup that's being done. Well, thank you, Dr. Joseph, for joining us. If you can tell us and brief us about the entire process. We understand it's breast cancer checkup that's been going on right here.
Breast cancer and all the abdominal cancers. So it's an initial screening modality which we're screening the general population also. So even targeted patients who have previous history of cancer or who are on checkup and follow-up, and even the general public can come in for the process here. And we are doing a routine screening of the abdomen here. There is a chest X-ray screening, and then there is a mammography screening for age-appropriate people. That's like 35 and above, and those who are at risk. Okay. So this is the routine process which is going on here. So they'll come in for the ultrasound abdomen. We'll see all the abdominal organs. Then as a part of the screening, complete checkup will be done for abdomen and pelvis, and positive findings will be put forward.
Okay, can you tell us if there has been a trend in terms of, the age group? What are the number of patients that you're looking at, the maximum number of patients in terms of, the age group where you can tell us?
Even from long time, it has been a higher age group population, but with recent trends and recent health habits and all these things, the age tends to lower a bit. So around 25 and above are the main people who are being targeted, middle-aged population. So most of them don't even know that they have, a particular ailment or certain precancerous conditions. So those are the people we are liking to target.
Okay.
And even the older population, those who are aware, those who are not aware, and those who are on treatment, also we are trying to figure.
Is there a way that you can give us in terms of percentage? Maybe, you're looking at a higher percentage as far as the younger people is concerned. Is there something like that trend?
There is a trend, ma'am, but I'm not aware of the exact percentage. I would say there is a 5%, 5 to 10% increase.
Okay.
So compared to the time when I was a student till now, maybe around 10 years,
Yeah.
we are seeing a trend wherein there is a rise of cancer cases.
Okay.
So I have personally seen a rectal cancer patient at 23 years of age, and I've seen colon cancer at 18 years, and even ovarian at 21 years of age.
Okay, well, thank you, Doctor, for explaining to us the kind of, the lifestyle, of course, goes into it as far as the age group is concerned. Now, if I could go to Dr. Usha, where she's going to explain to us what really could be the reasons. Remember, we're just not talking about, the older age group, but of course, people at a very younger age group are also today reporting cancers. Well, thank you, Doctor, for joining us. If you can tell us, we understand younger people as well, they're also reporting cancers. What could be the reason for that?
I think mainly it's the lifestyle modification that's leading us to younger age women coming forward with cancers because of sedentary lifestyle. Majority of us are obese, lack of exercise, of course consumption of alcohol, smoking. Of course there are a lot of genetic factors also, and of course, and the other thing is awareness among the younger patients. They are coming forward for screening. So hence I feel when we screen more, we detect more. So the incidence could have been higher earlier also, but then present day scenario where we are moving forward from identifying in stage 3 or stage 4, right now we have moved forward to identifying them at a pre-cancerous stage. So I think more of identifying and screening the younger women they're coming forward. So we are identifying more and more women with cancers in younger age group.
Younger age group. Also, can you tell us about, there are, since cancer is something that goes undetected, unless of course, there is awareness and they really want to get it checked. Can you tell us about what should be the first step done? Because you also did mention it is the sedentary lifestyle that to be blamed. And today you don't really see a lot of women or young men also coming forward because they want to get checked whether they have cancer or not. What should be done for that?
Yeah, one is, of course, I think a lot of camps like this wherein we can educate people. One is education of all the young women and men about all these kind of female genital cancers. And it's a long, long way. When we screen the women, there's a long gap before they turn pre-cancerous to cancerous. So you have 10 long years in cervical cancer wherein you can detect by just doing a simple pap smear test. The cancer incidence comes down so much. I mean, cervical cancer was one of the most common cancers in India. Now it's surpassing, breast cancer is surpassing cervical cancer, maybe because of women being aware of, they're getting their pap smear test done, they're getting their vaccines. I think breast cancer is now becoming higher and higher.
It's increasingly higher.
Yeah,
In terms of percentage, will you be able to throw us a light?
I can't exactly tell in figures, but then the breast cancer has gone up now compared to cervical. Yeah, definitely yes. And more women are coming forward because of breast self-examination they're doing. Of course, internet is a big boon. They're screening themselves. Of course, availability of mammograms, sonomammograms, people are identifying for themselves. Initially, they never came forward because they felt once complete with their family, once with their deliveries, they put the full stop. They do not want to visit the doctor unless it is really, really bad. Women of India, I think they always take a back step. They first push their husbands, if they're sick, their children. And women of India only come forward unless it is very, very in the last stage. But now I think education, being independent, being financially independent, they're coming more forward for screening tests.
Can you also tell us about, how difficult in terms of, the stages of prognosis? Once if it is prognosed at a later stage, how difficult it becomes, and it is early stage?
Yeah, early stage, because the cancers are identified at a very early stage, you have multimodality of therapy. You have surgery, you have radiotherapy, chemotherapy, where you can curtail the growth of the cells at an earlier stage, multimodality therapy. But when you detect at a late stage, the spread is almost everywhere. So no matter what amount of therapies you give, there is more of palliative therapy, like you're trying to alleviate the pain of the patient, because once it's spread to stage 4, that means the meds have already gone to the lungs and the bones. Then survival of the patient is poor. So no matter what, there you're trying to make the quality of the life better rather than treating. But then here at stage 1, you can find them again getting pregnant even after being treated for stage 1 breast CA or cervical cancer. There is what is called as a conservative or a less aggressive surgery. You don't have to remove the complete uterus when you detect a stage 1 cervical cancer. You can just go for a cone biopsy wherein they can definitely continue the pregnancy, think about their
So you're
future
telling us that
fertility
breast
also.
cancer
Yes.
has actually surpassed the cervical
Yeah, definitely. And more and more surgeries are nowadays being done to preserve the fertility. There's a lot of fertility sparing surgeries going on in any of the cancers. Initially, fertility was never the concern. Once you develop cancer, it was more on treating completely. But now we find younger women who have not completed their family, so we are moving forward for fertility sparing surgeries more.
Right. Well, thank you, doctor, for that insights. Of course, we are getting to you as far as the information in terms of cancer, the growth in the country is concerned. Of course, it goes above 14% over the last 5 to 6 years, and that is a huge increase what we are looking at. And also, if I could go across to one particular patient over here who just got tested. Well, can you tell us, ma'am, we understand that quite a lot of patients, in fact, younger patients also coming today to get tested. So what really was one motivation for you, and what are you here for?
See, what happens is only when we fall sick and when we are like, the stage where we have to see a doctor, we think about it. And the first thing comes to our mind is money. Especially for ourselves, when you spend, you will not feel like. So you'll postpone it. That is how we end up with all the last stages of all the sicknesses. So this one was really nice. Okay. So actually initially I was disappointed when they said 300 already. So no more. They took my number and called me.
So you need more motivation to come forward, not just
no, not only motivation. And when you see, it's important. I mean, there should be some self-realization also.
Right.
Health is, and cancer, there is no cure at all.
Okay.
So instead of suffering, a few hours of, precaution. Tested and,
Well, of course. Thank you, ma'am, for that. Of course, if I could go across to another patient over here. Ma'am, can you tell us what really brought you here?
See, हम fit है तो घर भी fit है और India भी fit है. So that mindset, I think we should change that. Only if something happens, we should come for checkup. No, it's better. Prevention is better than cure. So I recommend everyone to come annually, get it checked. Since we know the cervical cancer and breast cancer are more in India, and we women tend to neglect and we go in the last minute. So why take that risk? If we are fit, our family is also fit.
Well, of course, in fact, you have several hospitals here in the country. We're trying to promote and spread awareness amongst the people, saying that not just being the World Cancer Day, of course, telling self-realization is the most important thing, not to wait at the last moment, considering the fact that in fact, the country is reporting more number of breast cancer cases, which has already surpassed cervical cancer as well. With video journalist Pradeep, this is Shrita reporting for Mirror Now in Bengaluru.